that are liberated at the time of volcanoes. And depending on the viscosity of the lava, volcanoes are characterized into different types. The first one is conical or central type. The best example is Fujiyama in Japan and Mount Vesuvius in Italy. And in this volcanic type, the volcano flows out of a vent and it gets cooled around this vent, giving rise to a cone-like structure. We can see here a cone-like structure. And this kind of a volcano is called as conical or central type volcano. And in this volcano, the magma that flows out is viscous, acidic, and silicate. And viscous simply means that any liquid which is high in viscosity is very denser and it doesn't flow freely. For example, water is less viscous and it flows very freely, whereas honey, it is more viscous and it flows very slowly. That is, lava coming out of these kind of volcanoes has high viscosity, thus it doesn't flow towards far regions and ends up solidifying at the very opening of the volcano. The next kind is shield type volcano, in which the lava doesn't explode, it just flows out very smoothly, and this lava is very less viscous and less acidic and less silicate. Thus, less viscous simply means that it flows nearly just similar to water, that is, it travels long distances and gives ends up cooling at places far away from the volcano, thus giving rise to various landforms distances and gives ends up cooling at places far away from the volcano, thus giving rise to various landforms like plateaus. And one example for this kind of volcano is Mauna Loa in Hawaii, that is America. The other volcanic type is called fissure type, in which very thin magma flows through fissures and cracks. For example, Deccan traps were formed due to this kind of volcanic eruptions, and these are not eruptions actually, because the volcano simply flows very silently and spreads towards various lengths and breadths, giving rise to a layered undulating flat surface like plateaus. And I have already said that Deccan traps is the best example for this kind of volcanic origin. And another volcanic landform is called Caldera Lake, where inactive volcanoes cone-like crater is filled with water. As this remains inactive for long years due to rains and all, this crater gets filled with water and this appears to be a lake. One example is Lonar in Maharashtra and Krakatau in Indonesia. And Krakatau is also known to be the loudest volcanic eruptions in the history. And volcanoes gives rise to various kind of shapes and substances when this kind of lava or magma coming out cools within the surface or above the surface, and these are called as laccolith, and then batholith, dike, and sill. These are the major parts of these volcanic kind of landforms. This is mainly an intrusive activity, that is, this happens within the earth's surface. Most of it is not observed above the earth. These kind of shapes or volcanic shapes which are formed due to cooling of magma mostly occur within the surface. And the first example is batholith, where a mass of magma just cools well below the earth's surface, giving rise to a huge mass of rock. This is called as batholith. And they are core of huge mountains, that is, huge mountains settle on these kind of rocks which are cooled deeper inside the earth. And the next one is laccolith, where magma rises to certain level and forms an umbrella shaped structure, and this is called as laccolith. And when magma cools vertically, then such rock is called as dike, and if it cools horizontally like here, it is called as sill. And also hot volcanoes gives rise to hot water springs, geysers, etc.